Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. We are going through every single book on my physical TBR shelf. I feel like I should count them first. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I just counted. There are 35 on this top shelf. 50, 64 on the first and second. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 93 on the third, second, and first shelf. Did I say 93? And we still have 2 more shelves to go. 116, 117, 118, 119. Now we're going down onto the floor where all of my hardcovers are. These are all of my hardcovers. 45, 46, 47, 48. We're gonna go through the 148 books that are on my physical TBR shelf, and we're gonna declutter them, we're gonna sell some of them, and we're gonna keep probably more than that. So if you wanna buy any of the ones that I'm going to get rid of, they will be listed on my Pango, which will be linked in the box below. I have no idea where to even start. First up, we have 2 World War II historical fictions, The Keeper of Happy Endings and The Teacher of Warsaw. I'm going to keep both of these. I'm also going to keep Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, but I do think I'm going to get rid of The Union Street Bakery by Mary Ellen Taylor. I have listened to this book on audio and I only made it like half of the way through, and I didn't even like it on audio, so I know I probably won't read the physical book. So I'm going to keep The Christmas Fix and The Comeback Summer by Allie Brady. Also keeping Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth and Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna, my girl. This was an arc that was given to me, The Marriage Sabbatical. If it wasn't an arc, I would probably get rid of it, but I can't really sell an arc, so we're just gonna keep it. Maybe I'll get around to it. Wildfire is the second book in the Icebreaker series. I also think I'm going to keep that. And also Slammed by Colleen Hoover. This is a signed copy. Actually, all of my Colleen Hoover books are signed because I did a giveaway with her and Base a while ago, so they sent me a bunch of goodies. I'm also going to keep You Again. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think I might get rid of Book Lovers. I've had this forever and I haven't reached for it. Don't yell at me. First Frost by Sarah Addison Allen. This is the second book in a series. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Definitely keeping that. I know that's the second one in a series. I want to read the whole series. Miss Sherry Lapina, I'm sorry, you're gonna go. The End of Her. Again, I've had this forever. It's massive too, and it's just not pretty on my bookshelf. Definitely keeping After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid and The Most Fun I've Ever Had. I believe this is like a fall kind of book, but it's about a family. I never got around to it this fall, so definitely gonna keep it for next year. Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. Absolutely keeping that. I'm also gonna keep The Beach Trap by Allie Brady. I really want to read this summer. I think it's time to part ways with Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. I've had this forever. I've been back and forth about it, but I haven't reached for it, so goodbye. Bunny by Mona Odd. This is a book that is very intriguing to me, but I haven't got around to it. Then we have Sunshine Nails. I know I've seen it everywhere. I received it as an ARC from my local bookstore, so I definitely want to get around to this. As a girl who was raised with 2 sets of Gunkles, this book is absolutely going nowhere. She's staying on the shelf. I know I said I wasn't going to get rid of any Christmas books, but I did try to read this one this year, The Christmas Orphans Club, and I didn't like it, so sorry, girl. These next 5 are all of my green ones that I know I'm going to keep. We have Love Light Farms, Adult Drama. This one is also an ARC that I received from my local bookstore. Under the Influence by Noelle Crooks. She sent that to me. I really want to get around to reading it. I think it's about being an influencer, which is like kind of ironic. Another one that was gifted to me by my local bookstore, Real Americans. And Pines, the first book in the Wayward Pines trilogy by Blake Crouch. I really want to get back into more Blake Crouch, so that's where I'm starting next. Alrighty, down we go to the second shelf. This one is called Lady Codebreaker. Again, this was sent to me as an ARC, so I feel like I can't get rid of it. Then we have Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. This is also signed, so I'm going to keep this. Of course, keeping The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This is on my February TBR. 3 right here in a row that I feel like I want to get rid of. Carrie Soto is back. This just, I don't know if this is my vibe. This one's called The Littlest Library. I picked this up in my local bookstore like months ago and I haven't reached for it, so I think it's gonna go. And another ARC, The Happy Couple. I'm definitely keeping Mary Jane. A bunch of you told me this is really good and I really want to read it this summer. And also The Turtle House. This is an ARC of a book that came out in January. I really want to read this. There is no way I'm getting rid of a Kristen Hanna book. Home Again. Can't wait to read this. Okay, and then 3 in a row here again that I think I'm going to get rid of. First is Better Than the Movies. I feel like this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm just not really interested in this. And then we have 2 more ARCs. First is Relative Strangers. I actually am going to keep this one. And then we have We Could Be So Good. I'm going to get rid of that. And then we have 6 Ellen Hildebrand books, and you know that those are going absolutely nowhere. I can't wait to read them this summer. I randomly picked this up on Amazon. I haven't reached for it. I think I'm going to get rid of it. 2 more Morgan Elizabeth books. Definitely keeping both of these. I really want to have all of them. Right now I have book 2 and 5. Now for the rest of the ones on our blue shelf. 3 Holidays and a Wedding. I'm going to keep that one just because it's Christmassy. And then also keeping You with a View. One of my friends who we have very similar taste in books just read Funny Feelings and she didn't like it, so I feel like I'm not going to like it, so I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm definitely keeping The Island of Sea Women. Newman. This is a really fascinating book. I haven't read it yet. Totally different than anything I've ever seen before, so definitely interested in that. Also keeping I Found You by Lisa Jewell. Huge fan of Lisa Jewell. I want to read all of her books pretty much. Definitely getting rid of this one, The Hunted Girls. I read the first one in this series. I think it's called The Killer's Daughter or something. It was so bad, and I'm assuming the second one is going to be just as worse. And then definitely keeping these last two, Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover and Jojo Moynes, The Giver of Stars. I would say that we're doing pretty well so far. I don't know if we'll hit 50 books, but I'm really hoping. We're now getting to the bottom 3 shelves, so I moved down to the floor. We're gonna go through the dark blue, purple, pink, white, and cream shelf next. Over here I have 2 Christmassy books. First one is a Mary Kay Andrews, Bright Lights Big Christmas. I started this one physically and on audio, and I still couldn't get through it, so I think I'm gonna get rid of it. This one's called Every Day is Christmas by Karen Shaler. She actually sent me this. She is a Netflix producer, so we're definitely gonna keep this. This next one is an ARC called Some Strange Music Draws Me In, and it comes out in March. Next up we have the beautiful famous Winter Garden. Absolutely keeping this. My friend Rosie just read this. She loved it, so I'm really excited to read that one. Okay, next up we have 3 thrillers. First up is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I read The It Girl by Ruth Ware, and I just don't think I'm a fan of her writing, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I think a bunch of you have told me to read this one, The Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. I'm gonna keep it because I'm intrigued. Definitely gonna keep Falling by TJ Newman. I also have Drowning in hardcover. Issue is that they are about planes being hijacked and plane crashes, and every single time I go to pick them up and read them, I'm about to get on a plane. This one is called Bone by Bone. This was actually sent to me by the author. In 2015, there was an Amtrak train in Philly that crashed and killed 8 people, and this woman was on the train, and she sent me her book. And next up, definitely keeping Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier. I read 2 of her books last summer, and I really want to read more of them. I'm gonna get rid of this one, In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. I don't know why. I've had it for a while. I haven't reached for it, and I feel like I'm not going to. Also gonna get rid of this one, Rosie Frost and the Falcon Queen. Just not really my vibe. I feel like it's like a YA kind of fantasy vibe. Let's slide these over. Next we have Angel Falls by Kristen Hanna. You know I'm keeping that. 2 more ARCs. This one is called In a Not So Perfect World. This comes out in March again of 2024. I'm excited to read that. And this one, oh my gosh, I need to move this on to like my February TBR because I really want to read it. I've been seeing it everywhere. Family. I'm gonna put this one over here so I don't forget it. Alrighty, now we have Float. I'm definitely keeping this. Tell me this doesn't just like scream summer vibes. I'm keeping that for summer. Also, this book is having its moment right now. Go as a River. I'm keeping it. I'm intrigued by it. I'm excited. But I am gonna get rid of Funny You Should Ask. I've had this forever. I'm pretty sure I've had this book since it came out. I've heard some mixed reviews about it, some not great reviews about it, and I just don't think it'll be my vibe. The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This woman has such a stretch of genres. I'm gonna keep this one just because I've seen it everywhere and a bunch of people have told me to read it. Of course, 2 more Ellen Hildebrands that I'm going to keep. We have The Perfect Couple and The Matchmaker. I'm actually going to keep all of these ones. We have It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub, Ilka's Journey, which is the 2nd book in the Tattooist of Auschwitz series. This was also sent to me, Tempt Our Fate by Kat Singleton. I really want to read this series, so I'm going to keep this one because this is, I believe, the 2nd book. I've heard that this one is a tearjerker, Pack Up the Moon. I'm a little tempted to get rid of it just because I don't like to cry when it comes to books, so I'm gonna put this one over here, but I'm not sold on that yet. Nothing to Envy. This is a memoir about a woman who used to live in North Korea who escaped, and I really want to read this because in my mind North Korea is like so fascinating. It's terrifying, but I want to read and learn more about it. All right, the last 3 we have Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. This is another signed edition, so I'm going to keep that. 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. I like this book. I just don't need it on my shelf, so I'm going to actually put it over here so I remember to take it out there. And another Kristen Hanna on Mystic Lake. Definitely keeping this. Just to recap for you, so far we have gotten rid of 18 books, so I don't know if we're gonna hit our goal of 50. I might have to do like a second round going through these like rapid fire. And now we're moving down to the bottom shelf. A lot of these are thrillers just because thrillers tend to have black covers. This is a World War II historical fiction, The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. Can't wait to read this. Definitely keeping this. But I think I'm gonna get rid of this one by Nicholas Sparks, The Return. I haven't reached for it in forever. I've had it for over a year, so sorry, buddy. Also keeping this one, Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. But I am going to get rid of The Good Sister by Sally Hepburn. Again, I've had this for a while. I haven't reached for it, so she's gonna go to a different loving home. These 2 were also sent to me, Bastard Boss and Sweet Sinner. I don't know if these are really my vibe. Definitely keeping these next few ones. First, The Quarry Girls. I heard that's a really good thriller. I just haven't gotten around to it. This was another one that was sent to me, The Briarman. Absolutely 100% keeping The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This needs to move its way up to the tippy top of my TBR. I've heard amazing things. So many of you have recommended 1,000 Splendid Suns to me, so this is definitely staying. I really want to get into the world of Stephen King, The Outsider. Definitely want to read this. I just don't know where to start when it comes to the world of Stephen King. It's a very intimidating place. Definitely keeping these next 5. So we have The Diamond Eye, another book by Kate Quinn. I lied. I think I'm going to get rid of this one 20 years later. A bunch of mixed reviews on that one the last time I asked about it. The Last House on Needless Street, keeping this for the Halloween spooky spooky season next year. Also keeping the 620 Man. I really want to get into this book. I've had it for a while. I keep reaching for it, but like I need to just do it. And a World War II historical fiction by Reese Bowen, Where the Sky Begins. Getting rid of these two. First Death by Kendra Elliott. I believe this is a super long series, and I like randomly grabbed a book that was in the middle of it, not knowing it was a series, so this one is gonna go bye-bye. And a 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I'm just not really interested in it, to be completely honest with you. The Wedding Party by L.R. Jones. I'm gonna keep this, but it might make its way over to the giveaway pile. Triptych, which is the first book in the Will Trent series by Karen Slaughter. Really want to get into Red Rising. I'm excited about this. It's on my February TBR, but I've honestly been reading kind of slow this month, so I don't know if I'm gonna get around to it this month. Okay, this next one is called I Kill Killers, and it is a total ripoff of the Mind FUCK series, and I didn't really like that series, and I don't think I'm going to like this one. Again, this was gifted to me. I honestly might just put this in like my little free library or something. And another arc that was sent to me, Love Me by Jessica Saunders. Also going to keep these three, The Roads We Take. And then we have Lightlark and Nightbane. I don't know if this is a duology or if it's going to be a series, but I'm going to keep both of them because I really want to read them. Hello. I'm basically like laying on the ground right now because I have to get to all of my hardcovers, which are on the bottom shelf. Not gonna lie, hardcovers are kind of my favorite because I love the way the dust jackets look. Like they're so satisfying in rainbow order. We're starting all the way over here. This was sent to me, Liar, Dreamer, and the Thief. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm definitely keeping The Maidens. This is by the same author as The Silent Patient and The Fury, and The Fury is our February book club pick, so I really want to read more of his writing. Also a huge fan of Karen Slaughter, so I'm going to keep False Witness. This one was only $7 at Walmart. And like I said, here is the second book from TJ Newman, Drowning. I believe it's about a plane crash, which is a little bit scary, but we're gonna see. I feel like I've seen this book everywhere, Hang the Moon, but I also don't really know if I'm interested in it, so I'm gonna put it over here just in case. Okay, next up we have The Berry Pickers, definitely keeping this one, and then I'm definitely keeping The Boys from Biloxi by John Grisham. I'm also gonna keep these next three, Bad Summer People. Can't wait to read this over the summer sitting on the beach. Kristen Harmel, The Paris Daughter. A bunch of you have told me to read this, so I'm definitely going to keep that. And then also The Matchmaker's Gift. I haven't heard great things about this one, Just the Nicest Couple, so I'm going to put it over here as well. Another one that I'm really unsure about, Tom Lake. I've heard not great things about it. I've heard it's good on audio because Meryl Streep narrates it, but other than that, in my opinion, this stamp means absolutely nothing because Reese's book club picks are low-key kind of trash. Okay, another book that I don't really know about, Beyond That, The Sea. I'm gonna put it over here, but we'll see. I'm also gonna keep this, The Secret Book of Flora Lee. Also keeping The Forest of Vanishing Stars and Small Mercies. This was sent to me from Amazon Books. Cider Mill Coven. This was also sent to me. I want to keep this because I want to read it next fall. Oh, here's a big boy, Iron Flame. I have zero desire to jump back into this series. I read Fourth Wing. I gave it a 4. It was good, but all of the mixed reviews out about Iron Flame, like I really don't know if I want to jump back in. Okay, My Magnolia Summer. I have kept this book solely based on the cover. It doesn't have great reviews. I haven't heard anything that great about it. I'm gonna give it a try this summer. Definitely getting rid of this one, Romantic Comedy. I posted that I picked this up and you guys had nothing good to say about it, so I trust you. Keeping The Breakaway by Jennifer Weiner. Definitely getting rid of Atomic Habits. I don't know why I even got this. I'm not a self-help book girly. I'm definitely keeping these two, The Lincoln Highway and Our Missing Hearts. Which means I have room for all of my new hardcovers that I just picked up. The first one is called The Wishing Game. I can't wait to read this. Someone said before that this is almost like Harry Potter meets Willy Wonka for adults. I'm an adult and I still love both of those movies. This was sent to me, The Disappearance of Astrid Picard. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit. Definitely keeping this one, The Last Love Note. I can't wait to read this sitting on the beach. Can we talk about this one's cover? How gorgeous is this? The Furies. I don't really know where it like fits in. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling like all the way down here, which leaves just enough room for The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne. I did not realize that this one is so chunky. Oh my gosh, tell me that is not perfect. Okay, now I have all of this extra space on my shelf, so let's go back through and reorganize all of these shelves. I have all of this extra room up here, so I'm gonna put some of the books on the blue shelf up there. Just those two. Perfect. Alrighty, now down here onto the blue shelf, I'm gonna move all of these over. Oh my gosh, I have literally so much room. I'm gonna slide these over here. Alrighty, I moved some of these blue ones up here. I just need to put enough up here so that everyone will stand up. All right, now we're moving into like the purple pinks, and I'm going to end with these 3 Ellen Hildebrand books. It is so satisfying when they just fit perfectly. Which means down here on this shelf, we're gonna start with tan over here, moving on to some white covers. And this one is perfect to transition us into all of the gray ones that we have down there. And now the rest are all black. The fact that these are all paperbacks and we have such a difference in heights is absolutely infuriating. Okay, wait, I'm so excited. I made everything fit onto 3 shelves, which means we have an entire open one before we go down to the hardcovers at the bottom. And an empty shelf means that I can go and buy more books. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you are new here, which you all probably are because this is literally my first video ever, which is so exciting, make sure you subscribe down below. So many more YouTube videos coming your way. Comment down below what videos you want to see from me, whether they're book related, more vlogs, day in the lifestyle, hauls, you name it, it's coming on this page and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye.